There has been a lot of progress in terms of achieving gender equality over the last 10 years, because since the Constitution came into being, there have been a number of cases that have gone before the Constitutional Court in order for the law to catch up with the groundbreaking Constitution in terms of sexuality and sexual orientation, and culminating in the Civil Union Act. In the case of LGBTI people, obviously there's still a lot of gender discrimination in spite of the Constitution and all these wonderful laws. And that's as a result of prejudice and homophobia and the fact that there's a lot of denial about the fact that same-sexuality does exist and is part of African culture, and a lot of people say that it's not in our culture and therefore it's okay to kill or attack or rape LGBTI people. And those incidences seem to be increasing, unfortunately. Particularly over the last year, we've heard about a lot more cases of hate crimes. It continues also because we live in a very patriarchal society where anybody that is different is discriminated against. And it seems that people who are targeted, who do not conform to the gender stereotype of whatever gender they are in terms of their behavior and their dress, for example. So it seems to us that more masculine lesbians are more targeted than feminine-looking lesbians. They can pass as straight and they're not really targeted, to our knowledge, that much. The same thing for transgendered or cross-dressers. Religious and cultural practices definitely discriminate against same-sex sangomas in terms of the fact that if you ask a straight sangoma if homosexuality or same-sexuality is accepted, they will say no, it isn't accepted, and we don't approve of same-sex sangomas. So there's still this notion that it's very patriarchal, and the people in charge of the traditions, from my understanding of it, are men, and quite conservative men. And so in terms of the stories that get passed down from one generation to the next, it's silenced. Same-sexuality is completely silenced. It seems that there's still a lot of work to be done, because a lot of people that we've worked with in various projects that we've done will still tell us, some of them will still think that gay rights should not be in the Constitution, and that they should actually be taken out of the Constitution. We hear that quite a lot still. And they don't give a lot of legitimacy to the LGBTI struggle. And a lot of LGBTI people themselves are quite scared to talk out for fear of retaliation in some way. So apart from the organizations that exist and that are fighting on the ground, I wouldn't say that the fight has spread to the general public. It's more a handful of activists that have taken this up. You know, the challenges are related to what I've been speaking about all along, is to actually educate the general public and to find ways of changing attitudes. Engagement with the sector around what needs to be done could come up with ways, through dialogue. But definitely we need a lot more media coverage, and a media campaign sounds to me like a good place to start. We are trying in our own ways, but as very small organizations which don't get with not a lot of capacity, and we don't have communication expertise. So we know that one of the things that we need to do is to focus on media.